And we back. Now, some of y'all may know I am in the process of moving from my apartment to a new house. And that's why behind me, you see there's a lot of pairs of shoes missing. My whole Dragon Ball Z collection is gone. So over the next week or so, you're going to see less and less stuff in the background. But just know we'll be in my new house soon. And the setup will look a lot different. Now, this morning, I was challenged on Twitter. And I get challenged pretty often. People always want to say, hey, Kenny, I made this quiz for you. You can't beat it. But this one stuck out a little bit. Because it's from JaVale McGee. Okay, not the real JaVale McGee. But this one stuck out because they said I won't be able to get over a 70%. I think I could easily get a 70%. But the fact that they're saying I won't, which means to me that they probably packed this with a lot of really tough questions. So I'm here to conquer it. It's got some pretty bad reviews. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because some people can drop a bad review because the questions were too hard. Or some people can drop a bad review because some of the answers are wrong. You literally don't know. But at the bottom, you can see I haven't played this just yet. 31 questions, 20 minutes. Let's get right into it. First 5 questions are easy. The rest are hard. Who have the most points in NBA history? So let me say this. For all of y'all that are challenging me to an NBA quiz, don't start off with no free points. Because if the first 5 are easy, I'm going to get the first 5 right. Which means that you said I won't even get a 70. But you're giving me 5 free points? You can't do that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How many times has Dwight Howard won Defensive Player of the Year? 3 times. Whose nickname is the Truth? Paul Pierce. Who has the most career assists? John Stockton. Which player was not an All-Star this year? John Wall. 5 simple questions in like 10 seconds. If you gonna challenge me, come out the gate with some fire. That's my recommendation to all you quiz creators out there. Now hard. Who has the most dunks this season in total? That would be Rudy Gobert. He beat Giannis by like 70. Everybody talking about how Giannis is the best, or Giannis had the best percentage in the paint. I think he shot 70% in the paint. But Rudy Gobert, he can't make a jump shot. So you have to know that Rudy Gobert is gonna dunk that ball as much as possible. So he's got like 300 or something dunks, and Giannis had like 230, or maybe Giannis had 270. Regardless, it was Rudy Gobert. What year did Michael Jordan win the dunk contest? That would be 88. You can't challenge Kenny and give him Bulls-related questions. Because, I already packed it away. I was going to show y'all this huge book of, maybe not that big. It's this huge book of Bulls history. I read it. Shout out to my cousin Pierre for getting me that for my birthday. I will show y'all, but it's already packed away. Which of the following has the highest career point per game? Okay, so now we get into some interesting stuff. The reason I won't pick Dwayne Wade because he spent that year in Chicago. In the last 2 years, he hasn't been averaging like 20 plus. The reason I won't pick Shaq because the last couple years of Shaq's career, he was with the Celtics and he wasn't doing much. Dirk, over the past 2 seasons or so, he's missed a bunch of games, and when he is playing, he's probably putting up 8 or 9 points per game. But consistently, Carmelo Anthony has been a 20-point per game scorer in his career, except for this season. But this season, he only played, how many games? 12? It's Carmelo Anthony. What is the name of Kobe Bryant's dad and former NBA player? This is not a hard question. Everybody knows about Joe Bryant, former NBA player, mostly played overseas. But everybody knows Kobe's dad. Which player had the highest point per game this season, but wasn't an All-Star? Another relatively easy question. Devin Booker scores that pill. That's something he does very, very often. And was not an All-Star this year, mostly because I guess team success matters in the All-Star rankings. But he averaged like 26 or 27 points per game. D-Book gets it done. Which of the following has not won back-to-back MVPs? All right. So I know for sure LeBron and Steve Nash have because they've done it in my lifetime. Magic Johnson, I would guess Magic Johnson did it though. He's highly considered the best point guard of all time. I would guess he's won back-to-back MVPs at least once. And I know he has more than one MVP. Bob Pettit, I don't know much about. The most I know about Bob Pettit is playing with his My Team card. And his My Team card is like legendary. The dude can do everything. He's postering people, hitting contested threes. There wasn't even a 3-point line in his day, 2K? I'm going to guess Bob Pettit though. Cool. Which player has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame? I think it's Kevin Garnett because there's a 3 to 4 year grace period where after you retire, you have to wait to be inducted. And I don't think KG has passed that time yet. I know for sure Grant Hill is in there. I know for sure Ray Allen's in there. Sidney Moncrief, I always see him as like one of those border players. He may not be in there, but I'm going to go Kevin Garnett. I'm 12 for 12 right now. Where did LeBron go to high school? The reason I know this, well, obviously everybody should know this because LeBron's one of the greatest of all time. They have a whole documentary. What is it called? More Than a Game? I think that's the name of it. Regardless, it's a whole documentary, which is fire. Some of y'all may be too young to know that. Please go watch that documentary. But another reason I know this is because Drake had this line, I'm what LeBron was to St. Vincent, St. Mary. Y'all remember that? It was from a freestyle where I think he was on Tim Westwood. He had his BlackBerry out, talking about he was freestyling, but he was reading lyrics. And then he turned that into a song eventually. I don't remember the name of it. But St. Vincent, St. Mary. Who was the 2015 Finals MVP? That's Iggy's year. Can argue that it should have been Steph's year, but it was Iggy's year because he was the one that guarded LeBron the entire series. How much NBA championships and MVPs has Bill Russell won? Okay, so we know for sure he's won 11 championships. And definitely more than 2 MVPs, so it has to be 5. Come on, man. How many career games has LeBron James started on the bench? 0? 1. What? Okay, we're going to pause here because I'm very curious. Why did LeBron come off the bench? That night 10 years ago against the Pacers, the 22-year-old James had missed the previous 5 games because of a sprained left index finger. Wearing a padded protective glove on his hand, he made his return. So he came off the bench that day because he had just missed 5 games with an injury. Had no idea. So that's the silver lining. This person challenged me and I'm bodying it, but at least I learned something. He didn't miss a game. He came off the bench one time when he was 22. Which of these following players got the most All-Star votes? If they talk about this year, I doubt it's going to be Victor Oladipo because Victor Oladipo got injured in December. So who's voted for him to be an All-Star if we know for sure that he's missing the next rest of the season? So out of these 3 players, I think that the national media loves Jason Tatum. So let's go JT. Simple. If you just use the process elimination, some easy deduction, even a question that you don't know the answer to, you can just find the answer to, y'all. Take that into the classroom. Who will not be a free agent at the end of 2019? So Marcus Gasol has a $25 million option. Al Horford also has something similar to that. Pat Bev is unrestricted. Pat Bev! Somebody clip this and send this to Patrick Beverly. What's good, Pat Bev? I just want to let you know on behalf of most of Bulls fandom, we would love to have you here in Chicago. You know, it's home to you, and we need you. Teach our young guys that grit, and let's try to win something here in Chicago. Clip that, send it to him. But Patrick Beverly is a free agent. Eric Gordon is not. Which of these players is a 2-time All-Star? Manu Ginobili. Which player is the youngest? You don't have to put... Okay, so they gave us Jason Tatum, Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, and the closest out to the Kumpo, Greek Freak's little brother. Most of us would have just got that. You know, you don't have to put the parentheses. There's only 2 players in the league named Antetokounmpo. But Markelle Fultz was the youngest player to put up a triple-double in a regular season game. So that will make him younger than Jason Tatum and younger than Lonzo Ball. What was Garrett Temple's last team? So Garrett Temple currently plays for the Clippers, correct? But I think he was a part of that trade from the Memphis Grizzlies that Avery Bradley went to Memphis, and then just a lot of moving pieces. But Garrett Temple was a part of the Memphis Grizzlies. Which Bulls player has played the least amount of games for the team? I don't go for them, but you know how it is. Trust me, I do know how it is. Well, Scottie Pippen was here for what? 10 plus years? Kirk Heinrich was drafted in 2003. He was traded in like 2011. So how many years is that? Yeah. Luol Deng basically spent... It's Bob Love. All right? Let me stop wasting y'all time. It's Bob Love. Which of the following former NBA players' sons has not played in the NBA? Well, Luke Walton played, of course. Brent Berry played. Jaren Grant is playing. Julian Payton, I don't know that name, so he hasn't played in the NBA. Which of the following had the most points in their respective careers? Interesting. I don't know the answer to this one. So, which player had the longest career? I think the longest career has to be between Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. Correct? Oh, that's tough. Ray Allen hit the most threes, which means that he's putting up a little averaging a little more points than Kevin Garnett, who is not shooting threes. Let's go Ray Allen. But then again, in those early Celtics years, he was only averaging like 15 points per game while KG was getting like 20 plus. Let's go Ray Allen. It was KG. All right. I mean, I've got two wrong. I mean, that's not too bad. Who averaged the most assists this year out of Jokic, Drew Holiday, Ben Simmons, and Trae Young? He was like top 10 in assists. Shout out to Trae Young. Which player has the best career win percentage? Always look for the Spurs. The Spurs. It's literally going to always be the Spurs. At least from this generation, the Spurs. How many teams did Robert Parrish play for? That's a tough one. I know two for sure. The Celtics and then, obviously. But did he play for more? Let's go with three then. Okay. Three wrong. Three questions wrong ain't killing me. Which player has the best steals per game in their careers? Alvin Robinson, Michael Jordan, Michael Ray Richardson, or Chris Paul? Alvin Robertson won Defensive Player of the Year maybe twice. So let's go with him. Who has not won Defensive Player of the Year? Serge Ibaka hasn't. Which pick did the Wizards end up with in this year's lottery? Come on, man. Thank you for your time. Best of luck. AD goes to which team? So you're asking me to predict the future. Can you imagine if I was one question away from 70% and then the person asked me to predict the future? Well, this person that created this quiz name is JaVale McGee Threes, which tells me he is a Lakers fan. So he's saying that he's going to the Lakers. I got a 90%, but the average is 54. So majority of people are failing this quiz. It's not me, 90%. So let's see. The ones I did get wrong. Majority of people got this Robert Parrish one wrong, so I don't feel too bad about that. The Kevin Garnett one, okay, you could chalk that up as an L. The LeBron one, most people did vote none. But regardless, I appreciate y'all to get into this part of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like. Tonight we will be live streaming twitch.tv/KLT4Q. We're gonna be watching the playoff game. So if you have nothing to do tonight, slide through, have some fun. Thank y'all.